So we back with another video. Today we got y'all boys with the best swing animations in NBA 2K24. Now when it comes to the swing animations, what does that consist of? Builds that go between 6'5 to 6'9, and when I'm talking about builds, those builds, but animations, I'm talking about everything. Dunks, layups, fades, dribble pull-up, jump shots. It does not matter. We're gonna go over everything and more in this video. If y'all guys do want more videos like this, for guards, big man, it don't really matter. Just let me know. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. Without further ado, YaboiFitz, let's hop into it. Best motion style for swings. Okay, you got the elite. Let's go down to it. Where's he at? I passed him. Where is he at? Am I tripping? Okay, Andre Iguodala. That's another good motion style. Another good motion style. Kawhi Leonard. Very good. If you're a lock, you need to be using the Kawhi Linsky. As simple as that. Now, last but not least, fastest one in the game, supposedly, Dennis Rodman. Now, this is what I do. I have a dunk build. So, when I'm trying to leak out on the break, Dennis Rodman, I'm getting gone. Guard builds, Dennis Rodman, I'm getting gone. Lock builds. It's somewhere in between Iggy, Kawhi, and Elite. So, it's really going to be on those. Now, if I'm on a big man build, I'm using Dennis Rodman as well because, you know, if you're a big man build, getting up and down the court is so important. It's just simple as that. So I am using Dennis Rodman, but the only one that it kind of does differ and change is going to be based off when I'm on my lockdown build, which one am I going to use. And it kind of does change. I just like changing it up. But I think Kawhi Leonard is probably the best one. Then Elite, then maybe Iggy. But another one that you can use, and if you want to use as a big as well, Justin Winslow. Justin Winslow is actually solid as well. That's one I sometimes do forget to put in the video, but Justin Winslow is solid as well. So hopping into the dribble animations, when it comes to the best dribble animations for swings, let's hop into the dribble styles. Now, when it comes to the dribble styles, this is kind of the most important thing in the game for dribbling because this is how you speed boost, and this is how everything after what we finna go over here activates smoothly. So, the dribble style I personally use is pro. I use this on my guards. I use this on my swings. It doesn't matter. I'm like the move set for it, in my opinion, is the most smooth for me. Like what I speed boost in and out of for me is smooth. It's the most smooth with this in terms of my play style, in terms of how I want to score, how I want to get to the rim, how I want to get to a midi fade, how I want to shoot a three ball, how I want to shoot a limitless, you know, whatever I want to get off, I can get it off the easiest, and I'm most comfortable with it with pro. Now, the most popular one, the best one, Kyrie Irving, but you can't get that on a swing. So I would say the most popular one, the best one for a swing is probably Magic Johnson because you can. It takes the least to do, and it's the lowest requirement really. Some other ones that you can use on a swing, Kobe Bryant is another one, but again, you have to have an 88 speed ball. The only builds that get that, I believe, I don't think 6'6" get it. I think only one that get it is 6'5". Now there is another very secretive one if you're a starter 3 that you can get. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is another one you can get, but you have to be starter 3. And if you played this game, you just is what it is. Now, that's pretty much what it is for the dribble styles in my opinion. If I was you, I would try to test out all these that I possibly can to find the best one for you because it kind of can differ. But I think the Magic Johnson is the best one to pick up and just use. It's just simple. It's like the simplest to get used to and all that. I'm not gonna lie. All right, next is the signature size up. Now, signature size up, it's only a couple that you really should be using if you're a swing. And let's just go over those quick. Tracy McGrady, 85, 6'10", really smooth package. De'Aaron Fox is kind of more so like another, it's like a old school, I guess, size up where it has like exaggerated moves, I guess you can say. Where Tracy McGrady just does like a tween. It does like a behind the back. That's kind of more so what I be going for. That's why I use Jamal Murray. It just does a tween and a behind the back, but I just find it faster than the Tracy McGrady, if that makes sense. But Tracy McGrady and Jamal Murray probably my 2 favorite ones. But if you want another one that's kind of more so in that De'Aaron Fox realm, but it's a little bit more easy to blend with your escape drills, which we finna get into, Ja Morant. Ja Morant is a really, really good one. I think Ja Morant is the second best overall one because you're not really doing a lot of standstill dribble moves, which is not really good to do in this game, by the way, because you will probably get ripped 9 times out of 10. But yeah, Ja Morant is another really good one to put alongside that escape dribble. All right, next is the escape moves. Now, when it comes to the escape moves, this is kind of like behind the dribble style. This is probably the most important one. It's either this or the moving step back. But the escape dribbles, okay, this is how we do it. We got the threshold. Trae Young is the best one. You can't get anything better than Trae Young. That's the highest tier. There's nothing else on that tier for real. If you want to say the tier of dribble moves that kind of would be on that tier, it would have to be Damian Lillard and Kyrie Irving. But I would say those are a tier below it, personally. I say Damian Lillard is good, but it's not as good as Trae Young. And the thing about it is, you can't even use it on a swing. You have to be 6'5". That's a big change that they changed this year. Now, next one, Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker is an escape move that you can use. That would be in that next tier. I would say these two are actually in that tier. But Kemba Walker, you can actually use if you're 6'10" and below. You can use these on swings. So Kemba Walker is another really good one. Now, when it comes to other dribble moves for swings, nothing else is in that tier. So either you're going to go with the 92, then you're going to go to 86. I feel like they did these actually really good because if you're 6'8", you cannot get Kemba Walker. But if you are 6'7", 6'6", 6'5", you can get it. But if you're a 6'7", 6'8", you cannot get Trae Young. Only 6'6", 6'5s can get Trae Young. So this is going to be for all the other builds, pretty much. If you're 6'8", you're 6'9", these are going to be the ones for you. And these are all going to be in the same tier. So you got the KD. KD is the one I only really use it is because, like, if I'm on a 6'9", I can use this. If I'm on my 6'8", I can use this. If I'm on my 6'7", I can use this. If I'm on my 6'6", I can use this. That's really the only thing. That's the only thing I use it for because I can use it on all builds. And if I'm on my big, like if I'm on my 6'10" KD, I can use it. So like, it just got a lot more variance, like, or not variance, but it got crossover. That's a better word for it. Now, another one that's really good, Jimmy Butler. Now, you only need 70 to use Jimmy Butler. That's crazy, but yeah, you only need 70 to use Jimmy Butler. Now, another one I did forget, De'Aaron Fox. Now, De'Aaron Fox is actually in that Trae Young level, I would say, but I would say Trae Young is better. It just depends on which one you rather. Do you want the one that's super quick, which is De'Aaron Fox, or do you want the one that's just all around better? I would say Trae Young. So, De'Aaron Fox is actually another one. I forgot about that one. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is really good as well. But yeah, the only ones I would probably say in this tier is Jimmy Butler, KD. Ja Morant is cool. You know what I'm saying? Some people I think use Paul George and James Harden still, but I don't think they're as good as they was last year personally. Chris Paul is cool, but yeah, those are the ones I would personally recommend. Ja Morant, KD, Jimmy. I think Ja Morant could be on that same tier, but besides those three, I would say yeah, you kind of chilling. All right, next is the regular breakdown combo. This is just a rhythm dribble pretty much, but it's like you're just not holding RT doing it. The best one in my opinion is De'Aaron Fox. If you're not using De'Aaron Fox, I use Luka. Pretty much just that simple. If you're not using Luka, I would use Pro. Pretty much that simple. Nothing really much to say here. Simple moves. Really good to get open. Really good to get a quick shot off. Really good to get a speed boost in and out of. It's just really good. I'm not gonna lie. It's an underrated thing. I don't use it a lot, but if you really like struggle with drill moves this year, you can. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it this year. I'm gonna be real with you. Next is the aggressive breakdown combo, and these are the breakdown combos are really good if you use Magic Johnson, by the way, but Kobe Bryant is the best one in my opinion. You can also use Pro. You can also use Ray for Austin. You can also use Ja Morant. I may even forgot some on the other one. I think D'Angelo Russell's a good one. Ja Morant is a good one. Jamal Murray's a good one. But yeah, I would personally just say Kobe Bryant for this one and De'Aaron Fox. To be honest with you. Next is the combo moves. De'Aaron Fox, by far the best one. You shouldn't really be using anything else. You can use this on a 6'9", you can use this on a 6'8", you can use this on a 6'7", 6'5", it don't matter. You shouldn't be using anything else. Next is the crossovers. Now the crossover, again, John Wall, you shouldn't be using anything else. If you are using something else, Kawhi Leonard, but why would you be using Kawhi Leonard? It's the same, well, it's not the same thing, but this is pretty much the lower rating version of it. I just would say use John Wall personally. Next is the behind the back. Now, this is all based off what you rather. Are you just doing the explosive behind the back? If you're just using the explosive behind the back, Jamal Murray. Now, if you don't use the explosive behind the back, but you like to use your behind the back going up the court, De'Aaron Fox is the best one by far. Now, I would say the difference between Jamal Murray and DeMar DeRozan isn't that big in terms of the explosive behind the back, but the difference between the De'Aaron Fox and the DeMar DeRozan is a huge difference. It is a huge difference. But the thing about De'Aaron Fox that has a nerf, the explosive behind the back is horrible. It is terrible. But the thing with Jamal Murray, the moving behind the back on this one is horrible. Now, I seen somebody say that the best all-around moving behind the back is Allen Iverson. So that's cool. That's interesting. A good one actually is Stephen Curry. If you want to do the Curry slide, that's here. Trae Young has a solid one, which you also can use on swings. You just have to be 6'6" or 6'5". You can't use it on 6'7" and up. But yeah, I say if you want the best of both worlds, DeMar DeRozan, but it's not nowhere near as good as the De'Aaron Fox moving behind the back. It's just way better than Jamal Murray. So if you want to do explosive behind the back and you want to do moving behind the back coming up the court, I would say DeMar DeRozan. But it is still good. It's just not elite like De'Aaron Fox. But I think it's pretty much on the same level as Jamal Murray. I think Jamal Murray is just slightly better in terms of the explosive behind the back. That's the way I can describe it, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it. As simple as that. Next is the spin. I'm using Jamal Murray. But John Morant probably has the best spin. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, I'm just keep it moving off that. Next is the hezzy. Now the hezzy is getting a little interesting because I've been moving with the Chris Paul. John Morant is the best one. But some other good ones, you got the Anthony Edwards, you got the DeMar DeRozan, you got the Luka Doncic, you got the DeMar DeRozans, you got the Jimmy Butlers, you got the DeMar DeRozans, you got the Kevin Durant's, you got the DeMar DeRozans, you got the Chris Paul, Jamal Murray, and then you got John Morant. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't say Harden. Harden cool. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I said all these, but you can just throw on John Morant. It's gonna be by far the best one. I just think these all have like their own little variation to it that makes it really your gameplay a little bit different. I like using Chris Paul because it's literally a sham god every single time you do a hezzy, and that's cool to me. So yeah, that's just simple. All right, next I'm tweaking with this one. I have Chris Paul equipped. I was testing it out. Chris Paul is good, but John Wall clears in my opinion. Now this is the way I look at it. If you're going to want to do a like the snatch back to the side, by all means, do Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to do it straight back, you want to get off more threes, do John Wall. Simple as that. Simple as that. I think the John Wall is easier to be able to speed boost out of when you have the pro on. And yeah, I love John Wall. It has the hot back. It's just really good all around. You're either going to be using Chris Paul or John Wall, by the way. It's just kind of that simple, in my opinion. All right, next is the triple threat style. Now, I've seen people say, bro, Stephen Curry triple threat style is that good. Now, I don't know what to tell y'all, bro. Michael Jordan is the best one in the game. Blame 2K. I don't know why 2K is like, 2K gotta be watching the videos, because I've been saying Michael Jordan triple threat style is the best one in the game since it dropped. So the fact that they took it out and only allow you to put it on if you're starter 3 is the biggest L in NBA 2K history, in my opinion. No, second behind let your nuts hang. I don't know why they took that out as well. That's never came back. They just added variations to it. But at least Michael Jordan's still in the game. But Stephen Curry, Kobe Bryant, you can go with either one of the two. It's just kind of what it is. I'm going to probably start using Kobe Bryant, but yeah, hopefully y'all can get this starter 3 so I can get MJ. But I keep resetting my rep because I don't know. Every single time they have like a affiliation, I just do that. I don't know. I got issues, I guess. I don't know. All right, next is pass styles. Pass styles, it can be a lot of different ways you can go about it. I think LaMelo Ball, Tyrese have the 2 best ones if you're not throwing lobs. As soon as you throw a lob, I don't like it. I don't like it. But in terms of everything else about them, I love it. Now, I like John Morant for the lower end of the spectrums, De'Aaron Fox, but if you want something else that's a good on the lower end of the spectrums, Nikola Jokic and Sabonis are also really good lower ends of the spectrums. I don't really like LeBron this year. I don't know what they did to it, but it don't feel nowhere near as good as last year to me. It don't feel nowhere near as good as last year. Magic Johnson is really good, but it does take a little while to get out your hands. But the ball, like the pass speeds you will see with Magic Johnson are crazy. They're crazy, bro. So yeah, Magic Johnson actually has some really, really good stuff. Trae Young is another solid one, but yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. If you want something that's really just simple, just throw on none. But yeah, those are the ones I would say. My one I use is De'Aaron Fox. It's like an all-rounder. And it's low threshold, but yeah, that's just pretty much what it is. All right, so first things first is going to be the shot timing visual cues. So instead of me explaining how they work, I'm gonna actually throw in what Mike Wang says of how they work.
Jump is the point where your player's toes leave the floor. Set point is when the ball is raised up above the head before the shooting motion begins. Push, which is the default setting, is when the shooting motion is underway and the ball is being pushed forward. and release is the point just before the ball leaves the shooter's hand.
All right, so with that being said, the shot time and visual cue I personally use is set point for majority of my jump shots. So I blend my releases to be able to use set point. Now, I'm gonna go over certain things on based off how I use, but if you guys are struggling to get like contested, if you like getting contested more than you want to get contested, I'm gonna give you guys the best releases for that to speed your jump shot up. I'm gonna give you the best releases for that, all that in this video, so just stay tuned. All right, so next, this is my most favorite builds. These are my most favorite jump shots, and let's hop into it. Now, these are the top 3. That doesn't mean that these are the only 3. You know what I'm saying? There are more. You know what I'm saying? If you do want to see the more plethora of jump shots, just go to the testing jump shot video where I have multiple options. Whether you want the low rated, whether you want the medium ratings, whether you want the high ratings, it don't matter. Just go to that video. I got all that in there. But for the top 3 that I use, the undefeated top 3, these are just gonna be the ones. Now, let's go ahead and hop into it. Now, if you've seen my jump shot videos, you pretty much know 2 of them. Automatic. It cannot be tested. It will not change. Coming in at number 1 is going to be, where is he at? Bro, do I know my ABCs? Torian Prince. Wherever bro is. Yeah, here we go. Torian Prince. This is, in my opinion, this is my favorite jump shot in the entire game. Now, do I use this as much as my other jump shot? No, because I like to use the jump shot that I can use across every build that I have that's a swing. So if I'm on a lock, if I'm on my big, if you've seen my big, you understand. And if I'm on like my 6'8", what's it called, build, it can go a lot of different ways. So yeah, Torian Prince though, I believe is better than the other one I'm gonna go over that I use across my builds. But Torian Prince, green window, crazy. Fade, crazy. It doesn't really matter how you want to play with this, it's gonna be crazy. So yeah, Torian Prince, in my opinion, the best one. Next one is going to be Romeo Langford. Romeo Langford is auto. This is the jump shot I use across all my builds. It doesn't matter. I even try to use this on my 6'6". I even try to use this on my 6'7". I even use it on 6'8". Lock, big, it don't matter. 6'5", it don't matter. It does not matter. Now the thing is, what I do have to do, since you can go very quick on the 6'6", I go I go quick on all of them, because if you're 6'7" and up, you cannot get very quick. You only can get quick. So yeah, 6'7" to 6'9", I believe, because 6'10" they don't get that. So yeah, that's just a fun fact to know real quick before we go too far. And then last but not least, you could go a lot of different ways. So a lot of people would go T-Mac. I personally think that this is the 3rd best jump shot that you can use. Where is he at? J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith is a very underrated jump shot in this game, in my honest opinion. And if I wasn't using one of the other 2, this would definitely be the jump shot I would go to. Now, let's go ahead and hop into the releases. Now, this is very important because, let me go ahead and say this too. When it comes to bases, you're not going to really see me use JT Thor or Shepard because of the fact that it's not really good for a set point. That's 1. And I just don't like it. That's 2. So, just to make that known. So, if you want to use those 2, I don't use set point. I use set point, so I don't really like it. Now, that's going to go hand in hand with the releases. When it comes to releases, I want to use the releases that really are mainly structured for your release and your elbow locking, and how easy it is to time, giving you a bigger green window and all that type of stuff. When you speed the jump shot up, it really does speed up the green window for set point. So these are the releases I use. Now, if you were to use anything else, I would say Sadiq Bey, Oscar Robinson, you know what I'm saying? Very good releases, but I'm not using that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go with Brandon Podziemski, since I got it right earlier. It was easy to do it that time. I think that's like the first time I've ever done that and got it right on first try. And in secondary, Larry Bird. Now, with that being said, I can go very quick on my builds if I'm 6'6" and 6'5". But like I said, if I'm using the Romeo Langford, what I would do is I'm going 75-25 by Brandon Podziemski, Larry Bird, and then I'm going quick, because you can't get very quick on 6'7", 6'8". If I was on my Romeo Langford. If I'm on Torian Prince, if I'm on J.R. Smith, if I'm on Trace McGrady, if I'm on, you know what I'm saying, all these other different bases that have really good stuff, I probably am going to go very quick, especially on stuff like Trace McGrady, where it's a little bit on the slower side. But yeah, for the most part, still very good jump shots. And yeah, that's the jump shots I use for swings. All right, last but not least is the dunk packages. This is simple. I'm not gonna waste too much time with this one. LeBron James, best one in the game because you dunk from so far out, but not just because you dunk from so far out. If you look at any other dunk package in this game, whether it be the starter threes, none of them are gonna dunk from as far out as consistent as LeBron. As simple as that. Clyde Drexler is cool, but I'm not throwing anything else for one-handers but LeBron. As simple as that. Now for two-handers, the one I do like to use, I like to use the back scratchers off too. I took it off. I'm putting it back on. This is what I usually do. 6'6", I don't really care about my dunks too much on my 6'6" because I'm not dunking as much. But on my 6'6", or not my 6'6", my 6'8", this is what I do use. Now, contact dunks, you're gonna put on. Either you're gonna put them all on to have as much variance, as many animations for every single situation, depending on where you're coming from and where the defender is coming from. It's gonna be getting you a higher frequency, even if you're doing the dunk meter. The dunk meter does make you dunk more, but it doesn't make you get more contact dunks per se. It just, because if the defender is not in the area to give you a contact dunk at the right time, you will just do a dunk through him. So just simple as that. Now, when it comes to the alley-oops, I use Elite and Zion. That's pretty much what it is. And then when it comes to contact alley-oops, I put on as many of these as possible. Now, if you want to get a little crazy, you want to have the flashes, one of the freakiest animations, just throw in the elites. Maybe you get the elite contact oops. Maybe you get the elite contact dunks. You want to get some crazy animations every single time you get a contact dunk, put those on. Simple as that. And yeah, that's just my way of doing it when it comes to the dunk packages. Simple as that. All right, and last but not least, the layup packages. Let's go over these. Best layup package in the game for swings, in my honest opinion, it's got to be somewhere between the Kobe, Jimmy Butler, and Anthony Edwards debate. Now, I'm trying to see. I see some people in the comments saying LeBron, so I'll throw that in there. If we gonna throw in LeBron, though, in my opinion, I think Jordan has to be in there too. But to me personally, I think that the three of Kobe Bryant, Jimmy Butler, and is the three for me. I think LaMelo and DeMar DeRozan are still good too, that you can try to say in there, but I think those are the three. So this is the way I say it. Jimmy Butler, in my opinion, is the best one. And the crazy thing is, Jimmy Butler is the lowest rating one. But that's because my playstyle. I do have, pretty much a lot of my builds I have strength, so I can get bulldozer animations. Jimmy Butler is really good for bulldozer animations. But one thing across the three that's really, really good for is the floater. The floaters are really good. If you're a scoop layup person, Ant is going to be the best one for you by far. Ant is going to be the best one for you by far. And then Kobe is just overpowered because it's just really, really easy to get green in general. Now, I think some people that says that don't really understand the higher your layup is. It's just easy to green in general. So you need an 88. I think there's crossover with that. And that's just really what it is. So I think Jimmy Butler is the best one. I would probably say Anthony Edwards is the second one, and I would say Kobe. But if you want to throw in the LeBron, the Jordan, especially the Jordan, it does get very interesting. But those are the ones I personally would recommend. Personally. All right, next is the dribble pull-ups and the fade animations. Let's go ahead and hop into these quick and easy. Dribble pull-ups, fades. Best ones, Pro 2, Kobe Bryant, DeMar DeRozan, MJ. You shouldn't be using any of the other ones. Now, I was testing out the DeMar DeRozan. Smooth. I ain't gonna lie, that joint smooth. Michael Jordan was my go-to last year. Super easy to green. But the one I like the most this year is Kobe. Most popular one is Pro 2 though. Simple as that. If I had to rank them in order, I would have to say the order for me would go MJ, Kobe, Pro 2, DeMar DeRozan. MJ is always gonna be my favorite one from because last year it was just so auto. I just don't use it because it's like I just want to try something new. And I've been trying something new for pretty much 3 seasons now, I guess you could say. But yeah, next is the Pro I kind of just gave it away, but the spin jumpers. You either gonna go with normal or Pro. These are both really, really ridiculous. But Pro, I will say, I've yet to see somebody be able to guard it. You see all the clips of me doing spin jumpers, I'm using Pro. It takes ankles like crazy. It's really good to throw people's off. The way I usually explain it is you're gonna use Pro if you're barely doing spin jumpers. Like if you're doing it to bail yourself out, maybe the fade is not there and you want to spin off that because they playing the fade heavy, the Pro is perfect. But if you really do this spin jumper stuff, you really do this shot creator stuff, normal is the one for you. You can do if you know how to control which way you want to spin and all that type of stuff, and you want to get it off quick, you want to create the separation quick and easy, normal is the one for you, and I cannot express it enough. But I'm not really doing all this. I'm not fading on the purpose of fading. I've never been a midi guy. I've just became a midi guy this year because it's so good. And it's kind of just something to add to your game. With people not be able to shoot in this game, I gotta just be able to shoot in all 3 levels. I'm a real 3-level scorer. Call me KD. I'm moving on. I don't know why I just went that deep in detail. Hop jumper. Now, hop jumper, I do use normal, but you can go with, I think Jimmy Butler's solid. My favorite one this year has actually been Tyler Hero. I am a Heat fan, though, so I can't lie to you. Paul George's, I seen is getting some traction. Zach LaVine is cool, but besides those, I can't really recommend too much. Oh, Harrison Barnes is actually solid too. Harrison Barnes is really, really solid too. But yeah, I would say Tyler Hero or normal is the ones I personally would recommend, personally. But you can use any of the ones I just said. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you guys do want more videos like this, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Without further ado, it's your boy Fitz. And out of it, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!